Gotta go back. Resembling a noose, by the way. Don't know why. It's like the... No. Is this what it is? No. Stop. Wasn't there that one fucking case where, they found a noose outside the school and they were freaked out? Yeah, this one. This one. Never news found in campus. In a campus tree as hate crime. What? This is the same fucking thing. Investigate news found at construction site. In university-owned building. I guess they don't understand that they use that to fucking carry, big items. Right, you hook the wood to it, and you fucking drag it along. Uh-oh, someone's gonna put their neck through it.
When Black lives are under attack, what do we do?
And they're making it Black Lives Matter. Jesus fuck, here we go. Oh my god.
Community members and leaders made their
Oh,
voices
there
heard
was a
in front of
noose
Allentown City Hall
outside.
Monday afternoon.
This is a hate
Just
crime
admit
for
that people
Black
have to go to
Lives
work.
Matter.
In fear for their lives.
Since Friday,
Jesus
Allentown
fuck.
police continue to
Come
investigate
on,
an item
stop.
resembling a noose found on
Stop
a
being
city employee's
retarded.
desk.
This egregious act is not just an affront to one individual.
This is like Hassan
The entire
saying
community.
his dumb
Several
shit every
spoke
day.
during a rally, calling for transparency, prevention, and an immediate federal investigation
Just
among a list
fucking
of
making
demands.
shit up
This
out of
incident, community
fucking
members note,
nothing.
is not the first racial discrimination issue City Hall has dealt with. Josie Lopez is a close friend of the victim.
They're always a community leader, always pushing for equality. They might be bruised right now, but they are not broken.
The victim is not being named due to safety concerns.
Our colleague was threatened. This was an act of terror. This was a hate
This
crime.
was an act. I don't even know what is going on.
Oh my god!
News on her desk faces false report. Oh, nice. Fucking so stupid.
The Allentown Police Department conducted a thorough investigation, including interviews with persons, analysis of evidence, and consultation with the District Attorney's Office.
So they lied.
As a result of the subsequent investigation,
They
Latarsha
lied.
Brown was charged with tampering with
Oh.
and fabricating physical evidence, a
Uh-oh.
misdemeanor of the 2nd degree, and false reports to law enforcement, a
Uh-oh.
misdemeanor of the 3rd degree.
We got another Fannie Willis in the house.
What? Ay, caray. Bro, what?
Bro, what? What? I show speech at playing a movie. Yeah. He likes acting a lot, huh?
State right now is dealing with a really uncertain budget situation in terms of its Medicaid funds, in terms of what federal funding looks like in the future.
No!
tax returns in your district are delayed until October. So lawmakers are going to have to formulate a budget plan that they don't really even know how much money they're working with. So what's your message to California taxpayers and other parts of the state who sort of see these challenges ahead for the state?
Thing,
while,
by the way.
You know, you yourself have your challenges.
Right, right, and we are
doing a
fortunate to
damn
have the
thing.
state legislature and governor that we do.
I see.
And we are concerned because we don't know what awaits us from Washington, D.C. But the state will have a better sense of the finances after April 15th when taxes are due. The May revise when the budget is updated based on the tax returns will give us a better idea, but that's why we're here now, because the subcommittees in the Assembly and in the Senate that decide the budget that the governor put forward are meeting right now.
Okie dokie then.
So we want to make sure that LA City is included in that. We've been working lockstep with the county. The county was here last week, so we wanted to make sure that our voices were heard as well, which is why we're here.
Sure. Mitch McConnell appears to need aides help in hearing reporters' question. Oh yeah, this one from yesterday. Yeah. Obama was using USAID to pretend to send aid overseas, but was laundering it to train rent-a riots instead. No. Stop. It's a Facebook post. Was using aid to pretend to send aid overseas, but was laundering it to train rent-a riots instead. Zunzuno. Mike Benz is the founder of Foundation Free Online, recently joined Rogan on his favorite podcast, Joe Rogan. Podcast was filmed several weeks ago, but a clip from the discussion is making the rounds this week. Shared how Barack Obama was using money to USAID to pretend to send aid overseas. In actuality, Obama was laundering the taxpayer dollars and using it to train rent-a-mobs instead. Mike Benz, this was a scandal during the Obama USAID era. We were running a number on rogue USAID operations in Cuba at that time. I'm simply showing the American people where your tax dollars are going and how these things are constructed in order to systematically fool you and fool Congress and to fool the White House. Pumped 1.2 bill and sponsored these activist groups and these civil society organizations to learn how to use Facebook, Twitter, loss? What? I think this got cut out. Something. Learn how to use hashtags. Learn how to coordinate street protests so that everyone knows where to go, what street to show up on, what kind of slogans to use in order to create the pro-democracy predicate for it. He talks about how Obama funded a Twitter clone that would be used to push propaganda in Cuba and inspire the Cubanos to overthrow the government. Mike Benz explains how Barack Obama overthrew many governments. Oh no, the coups. Uh-oh. So what did it is the exact same Twitter, same user interface, same like and retweet button. Zuzuno is the Cuban slang word for hummingbird. So just it means it's bird. It was the Twitter bird, the whole thing, but the whole trick about it was you have to make it look like it's coming from the Cubans. Word Zunzunio is Cubano slang for hummingbird's call. Results from USAID allocating millions of dollars that were concealed as humanitarian funds designated for Pakistan. Huh? Wait, it was for Pakistan, but it went to the Cubans? What? Excuse me? That seems a little shady. That's a little shady, ain't it?
This was a scandal during the Obama USAID era. Now, we were running a number of rogue USAID operations in Cuba at the time. By the way, I have to say for the record, I'm no fan of the Cuban government. I'm not even weighing in on whether it's the right or wrong thing to do, in terms of regime change there or, liberating people there from autocratic excess by that government. I'm simply showing the American people where your tax.
Yeah, I don't know why we're going into these fucking places and trying to fuck with shit. And in turn, we're making them like autocracies. It's like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck are you guys doing over there? Is this why they fucking so many people want you guys dead? You fucking retards. Always fucking with shit. Washington State Mayor destroys LGBTQ plus activists who complained about City Hall flying POW MIA flag. How dare you? Ask Congress to stop snooping on its students at American universities. Oh no, it always does that. Former NCAA runner demands stolen championship be returned after loss to biological male. Oh. Canadian PM Mark Carney calls for snap elections to deal with Trump. What? Mike Mayers joins Canadian election campaign alongside Mark Carney with the anti-Trump Never 51 jersey. I like how they're just running this thing where Trump wants to actually take Canada and make it the 51st state. We don't fucking want you guys. If anything, you guys would ruin our fucking democracy we have over here. You guys have a fucked up democracy. Sorry. You guys are shady fucks. You guys got no military power. You guys push everything onto us to do your bullshit. I feel like we should just kick you out the fucking... kick you out the goddamn helicopter and make you fend for yourself, you fucking pieces of shit.
Because of President Trump's unjustified trade actions and his threats to our sovereignty. Our response must be to build a strong economy and a more secure Canada.
Is he wrong? Oh, he's 1,000% wrong. I mean, imagine someone saying that in just a few years after COVID. This is the worst thing Canada's ever faced. Someone's asking you to have fair trade with them. Someone's asking you not to allow drugs to pour into their country. He's the worst kind of elitist there is. You know, when the truckers were on strike, he was sitting up in his penthouse and they were making too much noise and he called the cops. And by the way, he had the nerve to admit...
That's funny. Trudeau was bad, and now they put up someone even worse.
An economy? Let me just read something to you real quick, Lawrence. The worst economy for any advanced nation for the decade will be Canada.
Damn, Canada, you guys are screwed.
The absolute worst.
You
I
guys
mean, he's
are
talking about running an economy. Their quality of life has collapsed. Canada has imploded. Small businesses, non-existent. Almost all their money is being generated by the public sector. We know where that goes. They've crowded out individual thought, individual opportunities. Carney is a disaster.
And remember, with Canada, we don't need their cars. We don't need their lumber. We don't need their energy. We don't need anything from Canada, and yet it costs us $200 billion a year in subsidy to keep Canada afloat. So when I say they should be a state, I mean that.
I think people are tired of seeing the United States ripped off. And I can't promise you everything, but I can tell you one thing. This country would make one hell of a lot of money from those people that for 25 years have taken advantage. It wouldn't be the way it's been, believe me.
Holy shit. Old Trump, or young Trump, I should say. Sorry. Yeah. We'll watch that later. Oh yeah, apparently Jack Doherty had a fucking crash out, and cops were there too, so it makes it even better.
That. You know, people don't learn. She's using her public persona.
No, not to listen to Jasmine.
Her
She's only
public platform to increase her followers, to increase her significance, and she is threatening lives, safety.
I don't think you stand a chance against Pam. Give
You know,
up.
when she did this at Tesla, Sean, people's lives are in danger. This is America. We're in a free country, and she's yet encouraging this violence in our country.
All right.
Think of all the lives that could have been jeopardized in Texas just today by her words and what she's done. But she didn't stop with that. She continued on with Senator Cruz. She has to apologize immediately and denounce the violence.
Thanks for her actions. We love Trump more. Yeah, she's gone off the deep end. Ramos. Damn.
Procedures necessary for the implementation of this section. Let's see, that section goes 4 through 3. Let's see, go back to 1. Let's see, we need to get back to 1. So section 3, firearms training safety record. 2. Sure, I guess that goes all the way back to section 3. So section 3, so this would be...
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Shame. Shame. Shame. Man the left.
And if you disagree with this sentiment, just hit the unfollow button.
No
I don't
thanks, I'm
need
gonna
your
pass.
business. Thanks.
The original Village Idiot. No, it's the Village Clown. Disney remake, Jesus. Oh yeah, apparently they're gonna try and put them up as like runner-ups or some shit. I don't know.
Posters are being plastered everywhere with wanted signs. Yeah. Evidently,
Holy
it
shit.
looks like it's
This
going
lady
to be
is
open
cracked
season
out or
on
something.
CEOs.
I think you punch. I think you're okay with you okay with punching. But like, it's Ted Cruz. I mean, like, this dude has to be knocked over the head, like, hard, right?
What do you
like,
do?
There's no niceties with him. Like, at all. Like, you go clean off on him, right?
They've got that little stock app. I added Tesla to it to give me a little boost during the day. 225 and dropping.
Huh? When liberals burn down cities. Oh no, Bernie went over to the dark side. Ma! Because they already have a communist government? Correct. Oh, it was the championship, yeah, NCAA championship. Oh, there's Trump. Miss Crockett. Oh my god. The Muppet head is so fucking good. Here it is.
It's all come
But the inside people are very dangerous. They're very sick people, in my opinion, in many cases. They're sick.
We're getting more information about all of the contacts between Trump campaign officials and Trump associates with Russians before, during, and after the election.
Huh? The secret origins of the Trump investigation. Oh, this was back. Is this the 26? Is this the Russia stuff back in 2016?
Donald Trump's presidential campaign and Russia, and whether individuals associated with Trump's presidential campaign were coordinating, wittingly or unwittingly, with the Russian government's efforts to interfere in the 2016 U.S. presidential election.
So the biggest scandal was when they spied on my campaign. They spied on my campaign.
There's no
Leslie.
real evidence of that.
Of course there is. It's all over the place. Leslie, they spied on my campaign and they got caught.
Can I say something?
They got caught. Yeah.
Following breaking news in South Florida, where the FBI has searched former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Russ Spencer.
Yeah, and then they obviously
former
raided
President Trump issued a lengthy statement on the search just a few hours ago, saying agents had broken open a safe and that his home was, quote, under siege, raided, and occupied by a large group of FBI agents.
Well, this is a live look at the scene in Palm Beach, Florida. Sources close to the situation said the raid is related to a probe of whether Trump had taken classified records from his White House tenure to his Florida residence.
Biden did the same, and he forgot about him too. The FBI had to raid Biden's one of houses too, because he was a fucking retard. Many believe the FBI was looking for hidden documents Trump had related to Crossfire Hurricane. I mean, yeah, that could be true.
I am your retribution. I am your retribution.
I mean, they were obviously after some kind of information he was holding, right?
Next, sir, we have a presidential memorandum for your attention. This memorandum requires the immediate declassification of all FBI files relating to the Crossfire Hurricane investigation.
Oh, that's why. Oh, is that what he declassified here? That's probably what he declassified here.
This was obviously one of the instances of the weaponization of law enforcement powers of prosecution against you and others. We believe that it's long past time for the American people to have a full and complete understanding of what exactly is in those files.
Which gives the media the right to go in and check it. You probably won't bother because you're not going to like what you see. But this was total weaponization. It's a disgrace. Should never happen in this country. But now you'll be able to see for yourselves, all declassified. Is that correct? Would you say? All declassified?
Yes, sir.
Everything?
The FBI file with there's a classified annex, but other than that, this we'll put everything in the public eye.
Is anybody going to look? What about you? You going to look?
Don't.
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 And frankly, the FBI should be ashamed of themselves, and so should the Department of Justice, and so should Biden.
That's so shit. Oh, look at all those snakes.
What's that big one at? That's big enough. Oh yeah, there he is. They say, holy shit, they caught us. They caught us. And my lord, we're in much more trouble than I ever thought we were.
I don't see an auto pen like Biden. Ah. Just look at how they kick her out. You're an asshole. Ma'am, just stop. You're an asshole. Get a job. Oh, shit. Rep. Jasmine mocks wheelchair-bound Texas Governor Greg Abbott during speech at Human Rights. This is probably one of the stupidest things you can do at a fucking human rights campaign, and you make fun of Greg Abbott. Jesus. Oh shit.
You know, a lot of people see you out front
What
fighting,
a fucking
but nobody's
moron.
really asking you, what do you need to
Oh,
maintain that
jeez.
fight? So thank you so much, Morgan, because we in these hot ass Texas streets, honey. Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Come on now.
Wow, is this what really Texas wants for a fucking Republican congresswoman? Oh, Jesus. Oh, fuck. Yeah.
And the only thing hot about him is that
This
he is
is
a
yikes.
hot ass mess, honey. So yes.
Why does she sound like Cardi B and all those fucking retards?
Right. Okay. All right. I'm gonna move on because I got other people this also hot in these streets.
Hot in these.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Just wow.
As she mocks a person in a wheelchair. Yeah, I don't know what she was thinking. It's like you know you're being a retard, right? Jesus. Just showing quite stereotypes. God damn it. Oh, man. Turning poor people racist. Human rights, you say? Make fun of someone in a wheelchair? Oh, fuck. Wee! Fucking Attack of the Cat. That fucking Attack hated him. for some reason. So fucking stupid.
Announce them to me before you do them! Are you trying to get a rise out of me? Are you happy now? Is this what you want?
Oh, no, it's not what I want. It's not what I want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Announce them to me before you do them! Are you trying to get a rise out of me? Are you happy now?
Are you happy now?
Oh, no, it's not what I want. It's not what I want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, what do we got?
Criminal alien monsters who the previous administration allowed to flood into our country. And every time President Trump and this team deport one of them, our country becomes safer.
I don't like clowns.
I don't like clowns either. Do Black Lives Matter in outer space? I don't know. Unless you got that one religion. Guy Dampier, we can't carry on like this. It's time for mass deportations. Racism can kill black people even when a black finger pulls the trigger. Oh wait, wasn't there some recent issues in Africa? Wasn't someone recently attacked? Oh, it's a false narrative. Oh. The youths who tried to use a pool at a resort at Christmas Day said they were told it was for white people only. What? But it did happen. Yo, what the fuck? Oh, those kids are fucked if you think you're gonna fuck with an adult. I don't even know what happened. Like, some shit went down. I mean, it's probably not that fucking big, right? It's probably just one instance where there was like some miscommunication and people got heated. That's all it is. IQ scores in the U.S. have fallen for the first time in decades, study suggests. It is important to be very clear. The people you see in this photo have not had due process whatsoever between being uprooted themselves now in CCOT prison in El Salvador. How do you know that these are the people that came from us? What if these are the people from El Salvador that are actually from the gangs and
It's gonna be great. You're a winner. Oh my god, when I'm talking.
Oh yeah, this one was weird. Cause basically his wife just fucking belittles him right here for some reason, or talks down to him.
You're not talking. No, when I'm talking, you're not talking. This is why, yes, we'll have to like just cut him out of the show.
It's gonna be great. You're a winner.
Oh my God, when I'm talking, you're not talking. No, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
Oh, look at that look to camera. Looks a little bit haunted. If that's how she talks to him on the red carpet in front of the media, imagine what.
That was the same look he gives people when he's annoyed. Because there was a couple instances where people were getting in his face, and he gives that look. Or it's just like, you son of a bitch.
It's happening behind closed doors. No wonder he's losing it on a regular basis.
Who's a tough guy? Who's a tough guy?
Cuck.
Jesus.
I made my money all by myself. How dare your government take my money from me? I don't want to pay taxes. Or, I built my company with my bare hands. How dare your government tell me how I should treat my customers, the land and water that I own, or my employees? They hate government. Government's a barrier to people, a barrier to stop them from doing things. They want to destroy it. We are not letting them do it, and we're united.
They think they own you. They think you wanting to keep more of your own money is somehow selfish, but they taking a chunk of your wages to waste on LGBTQ activism is, I don't know, righteous.
Please, sir. I want some more.
Like if you are attacking Teslas or dealerships, going beyond vandalism, that could be an act of domestic terrorism. But I do want to ask about this as resistance. Is this what resistance should look like?
Incitement.
Just a little snowflake's gonna wet her pantaloons.
Elon Musk does not understand the country where he now lives. Elon Musk would fail by a wide margin.
It's always
a high school AP American history test. He grew up in white South Africa, going to a segregated elementary school and high school where he learned nothing about American history, American law, American free enterprise. Elon Musk is such a bad salesman that he was stupid enough today to bring.
He is such a bad salesman. He is not the smart person. As he has 433.9 billion net worth.
Even more attention to the
and is number one as the richest man just because of the nature of his work.
Are facing thanks entirely to Elon Musk.
Beady-eyed bastard.
Yeah, the world's richest
If
man.
you think about it, the contracts you get for like SpaceX are pretty fucking huge. Not only that, but his Go Green Tesla company for electric vehicles too.
And a genius who just engineered the return of stranded astronauts from space is
all
just
of that
dummy.
he built with his own
for an hour
hands,
or me for
pretty
the night?
much.
I want a Lambo for an hour, please.
His own
Why not me?
research, his
Because
own
the Lambo would be like
hands,
super fun. And I'm not super fun?
his
What can you
own
offer me for a whole
processes.
hour? I have less miles than the Lambo. I bet there's been less people in that Lambo than in you.
We're going to
Damn.
call the abortion facility, and I'm going to tell them I'm pregnant with a 32-week fetus, as you say. Hi, I
Wait, you're pregnant?
just turned 32 weeks pregnant. Am I able to come in for an abortion ASAP?
I wouldn't be able to see you until the week of the 23rd, so that would put you at 34 weeks.
Can I still have an abortion at 34 weeks?
Yes, ma'am. I just have to do
Oh.
an intake. Do you have about 5
Oh,
minutes?
Sure, I have 5 minutes. Yeah, I just found out that she could have Down syndrome. I can still have the abortion right, even though she has Down syndrome?
Wait, what?
Yeah, so we just have to do an intake because the doctor...
What? What the f? It doesn't matter.
That's late-term abortion, ma'am. That's abortion in the 8th month of pregnancy that's discriminatory based on someone's genetic code. She just confirmed she would commit an abortion on me with my child who's viable.
That is evil, and you are evil.
So-called.
She just lied about everything. I don't get what she was trying to prove.
Not for the radical left. They have made Musk companies a target of violence. Shocking new footage.
Also, you
of an
still had to
arson
fill
attack
out
on a Tesla
forms,
service
so
center
the
in
forms,
Las Vegas. A fleet of
so it
electric
was
cars
like,
engulfed in
didn't
flames.
even.
Police say they were set on fire by an individual earlier this morning. And the FBI is investigating. Before that happened, Musk had posted on X this: "Why the hate and violence against me? Because I am a deadly threat to the woke mind parasite and the humans it controls." And some folks in the media getting downright petty as they go after the world's richest man.
Protesters all over the country with this simple and now defiant
Trumpster
message.
fire.
Just
Nice.
asking
That's
people
a good one.
simply, if you drive a Tesla, please sell it. And if you own stock in Tesla, please dump it.
His response to all of this was rockets are hard. And Mr. Musk, if they're so hard, why don't you go back to your day job and work that out and leave those of us who do government to do government? You do government.
He is doing what?
Crack down on.
I'm pretty sure he still works with his other companies.
Musk in destroying our Constitution.
Is that a legislative term?
I think it is. I think that's how you pronounce it. D-O-G-E?
Oh, it's Doge.
Oh, excuse me.
Doge.
Sorry.
Elon Musk also musing on whether there was a political agenda on why it's taken so long to get
Dude,
these
some of these guys are
astronauts back.
crashing the fuck
The
out.
astronauts on the space station, are they political prisoners?
Some of them are.
Because
Yes.
because you could have given them a ride back, and Joe Biden said no, purely for politics.
Yeah, I mean, there's been some debate about this online, but the thing is that it was a very high-level decision. So it wasn't really even a NASA decision. It was just that the Biden White House did not want to have someone who was pro-Trump rescuing astronauts right before the election.
Jesus. Lost in
ICE
space.
San Francisco just arrested a citizen of Guatemala convicted of sexual battery. ICE New Orleans arrested a citizen of Ecuador convicted of rape in Suffolk County, New York. ICE Atlanta arrested a citizen of Mexico convicted of assault by strangulation.
Oh.
ICE Dallas arrested a citizen of Mexico convicted of assault with a firearm and rape with a foreign object. And ICE Houston arrested a citizen of Guatemala convicted of indecent sexual contact with a child.
So
in
2
Texas.
Guatemalas,
These
2
are
Mexico,
heinous
and
criminal
what?
alien
1
monsters who the
1
previous
Venezuela
administration
or some
allowed
shit?
to flood into our country. And every time President Trump and this team deport one of them, our country becomes safer.
That's good, right?
Not if you're a Democrat.
After suffering a steep decline in the final year of the Biden administration, the manufacturing sector came roaring back in February. Industrial production surged in February. These are new numbers. 3 times at a greater 3 times rate than the expectations to the
Thank
highest
you,
ever
thank
recorded
you.
level.
I'm liking that. They are spreading and prophesizing hate for Israel, hate for America, hate against Jewish Americans. And they're doing it in the middle of the streets of New York City.
You fund U.S.
This scene
backed
from
genocide?
yesterday.
I don't even think we're
They're
doing too
angry
much in
after
Israel.
hit back. They hit Hamas terrorists for refusing to release hostages.
If anything,
that
I
have
would
been
as-
held
I would
now
assume
since the
Israel's
October
just giving us
7th
information
massacre.
on what's going on.
Jewish hate also on wild display on the campus of Columbia University. A new report shows Jewish students found the chilling manual online that's telling these people how to hate them and how to hurt them. It gives detailed instructions on how to perpetrate violent.
Showing
Jewish
step-by-step guide for anti-Israel protesters circulating on Columbia campus. Yeah, that's not a good idea. Yeah, that's not a good idea. Don't do that. You know, when people created that app to target, right, certain Tesla cars and dealerships? Yeah, don't do that either. That doesn't look good. It looks like you're doing some domestic terroristic shit.
hate. Some of those detailed instructions include paying cash for sledgehammers. Well, they want to use them to damage property, and they don't want authorities to be able to trace back anything. Use gloves to avoid leaving blood at the scene.
Dude, what
So,
the
they
fuck?
claim
You're just telling people how to do criminal activity. What are you doing?
And to hit
What
human
you
beings,
doing?
animals, anything that bleeds. Destroy all evidence. They know they're wrong. Wear face coverings to conceal identity. Leave no paper trail. One activist said this.
What I've seen
Jesus
is these pro-terror protests that are not
Although,
identity.
cash is king. When buying equipment, whether it's spray paints or sledgehammers, don't leave a paper or digital trail. Huh? uh.
Leave no paper trail. One activist said this.
So that means steal it,
What
right?
I've
Because
seen
to
is
leave no
these
paper trail is to
pro-terror
basically
protests that
just
are
steal
not
the item.
grassroots efforts. These are very well organized, very well funded. They have the same masks, they have the same uniforms, they have the same camping equipment, the same terror promoting materials like this manual throughout the country.
Get out now.
Judge James Boasberg
Get
gave the
out
Justice
there.
Department until noon Eastern today. He likes those noon deadlines. Okay, anyway, he wants the DOJ to hand over more information about those deportations, and he is the same judge who ordered those planes to turn around in the sky after they left the U.S. The president did not hold back.
He actually said we shouldn't be able to take criminals, killers, murderers, horrible, the worst people, gang members, gang leaders, that we shouldn't be allowed to take them out of our country. Well, that's a presidential job. That's not for a local judge to be making that determination.
All right, he also posted this. If a president doesn't have the right to throw murderers and other criminals out of the country because of a radical left lunatic judge wants to assume the role of president, then our country is in very big trouble and destined to fail. Republican Congressman Tim Burchett threw his support behind the president.
I stand with President Trump. I think it's a complete overreach by this judge. I think it's political overreach by the left. This is an act of war by these countries. These people have come in and they've come across our border illegally. What would happen if 14 million people...
Holy shit! How many?
14 million swarmed the border at one time, yet it was spread out over 4 years. 14 million people.
That's
What
an
do you consider
invasion.
that an unlawful invasion?
Yeah.
It's an act of war.
So basically, if you... Okay, yeah, if you were to reverse that and have them all come in all at the same time, wouldn't that be an invasion? But no, they trickled in slowly throughout the 4 years or 5 or however many years, right? Well, it was during Biden, so it was probably 4 years.
Would you defy a court order? Because that we all know that, and that was
I
outrageous.
never did defy a court order.
And you wouldn't in the future?
No, you can't do that. However, we have bad judges. We have very bad judges, and these are judges that shouldn't be allowed. I think at a certain point you have to start looking at what do you do when you have a rogue judge. The judge that we're talking about, you look at his other rulings. I mean, rulings unrelated, but having to do with me, he's a lunatic.
Russians cut, and it's a bad cut.
There you have it.
Is the same judge who ordered those planes to turn around in the sky after they'd left the U.S. The president.
Just thinking about racism causes racism that can hurt the poor black people. God damn it. Apparently, black people are the most victimized people on the planet. Who else wants to be victimized? I guess we're just gonna give that card out to everyone now. The White House? Is that the best course of action is to lie their way through it, huh? Reckless with our national security, where there must be an there must be the White House needs to clean house over the breach of military plans. Oh, the Hexeth stuff. Have provided guidance on a number of different platforms for presidents' jobs to communicate safely as efficiently as possible. As the White House is looking into how Goldberg's number was inadvertently added to the thread. Oh. So someone's number got added. Oh, so that's how the okay, so that's how the Atlantic put out that post. Right, because apparently they got a message. And that's why they decided to make the What was this?
Christ. And if it's God's plan for me to become a congresswoman, so be it. God parted the Red Sea. God made water come out of a rock. God.
Oh, this is the Grease lady. Ooh. Okay. Rachel Ziegler celebrates Snow White being #1 movie in the world despite sleepy box office debut. She's lying? Oh, that's unfortunate. Eh. Years ago, celebrities joined together and sing Imagine to help us with the lockdown.
There's no heaven. It's easy if you try.
No hell below us.
Above us only sky.
Imagine all the people
Living for today. Yeah. Imagine there's no countries, yeah.
No, thank you. I'm good. You guys can take your shit somewhere else. Houthis? Should resign. He recklessly Don't really care about Ted. The retard too. Actually, these two people are shady as fuck, by the way. They're basically commies. They want to take away your rights as a human being. They don't want you to have self-defense. They want you to get stuck by a fucking knife. Same as Swallowwell. Over 0 people to resign over this. They should all resign. They literally just got into office. Also, I don't think what they fucking... okay. Whatever the information was, I don't think it matters. Because they bombed the shit out of the Houthis. The people who are like freaking out over, oh my god, they should resign because they leaked information out about war plans. It wasn't even, I don't even think they were war plans. They're just like, yeah, we bombed the shit out of them. It was funny. Pete Buttigieg says it so well, and we all know very well that if this was a Democratic admin that did what Pete Buttigieg, Marco Rubio, and others did, MAGA would be calling for them to be locked up. What are you guys talking? What? Oh, I like how they make shit up out of, like, they try to make something so big out of fucking nothing. I mean, just look at Biden. He didn't tell us shit. And you're okay, and you guys are okay with that? Isn't that a little shady? You don't know if your fucking own president sold your fucking country out? Yikes. Kamala was probably gonna sell out the fucking country. Hillary Clinton was gonna fucking sell out the goddamn country. Yeah. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing? There's the completely debunked and now declassified Russia collusion hoax while asking China to help the Democrats.
Russia. You know, the only other adversary of ours who's anywhere near as good as the Russians is China. So why should Russia have all the fun? And since Russia is clearly backing Republicans, why don't we ask China to back us?
I hereby tonight.
Oh, wow. See? Uh-oh. See? Hillary Clinton was gonna sell out your pussy asses. Sell out the American people to fucking China and everyone else. You guys are terrible people. If there was a civil war right now, I'd be fucking gutting you pigs like fucking swine. And there's a lot of fucking swine in this world. Swine, 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 swine. Swine, swine. There's a lot of swines on Twitch too. What is the Houthis doing? Trump attacks me. It's war plan. The Taliban parade buildings the state. Yeah, it's like, yeah, no one's getting on Biden's case about what he did in fucking Afghan, but when it's the Houthis, it's like, oh, let's get on Trump's case. Nice to know where your guys' priorities are, right? You guys are complete morons.
Also going to sign right now.
You literally want the downfall of America. Be my guest. Let's enact war.
Right?
If you want it so bad, just
for
say
you today,
it.
Sir. First, we have a pardon for Devin Archer.
Just say
Devin
you
Archer
want
was a
war to
former
happen.
business
I
partner
don't
of
know
the
why you
Biden
guys are
family.
beating around the bush.
He's
Just ask
was
for it.
prosecuted relating to a fraud
Ask
investigation, but
ask
notably,
your
the tone and
representatives
tenor
to
of that
have
prosecution
war.
changed
What's going
dramatically after
on?
he began to cooperate with
Where's the
congressional
Hassans and
investigators serve as a
the
witness, against Hunter Biden
the
and the Biden
Destinies?
family. We believe
Are you
that was
asking
an
your
injustice, and therefore we're asking you
your
to pardon
your representatives to
And many
give you
people have
war?
asked me to do this. They think he was treated
You
very
want
unfairly.
everything on a silver
And I looked at
platter,
the
right?
records, studied the records, and he was a victim of.
You want Republicans and
a crime,
Democrats to
as far
move
as I'm
at your
concerned.
will, yes?
So we're going to undo
Well,
that.
why don't you ask them for war then?
All right. That's Devin Archer. Congratulations, Devin.
Next, sir, we have a presidential memorandum for your attention. We're asking you to pardon him.
And many people have asked me to do this. They think he was treated.
Witness against Hunter Biden and the Biden family. We belong to a fraud investigation, but notably, the tone and tenor of that prosecution changed dramatically after. Devin Archer was a former business partner of the Biden family.
Devin Archer,
And I looked
he's
at the
getting
records, studied,
pardoned.
undo that.
I don't know who this Devin Archer guy is.
Congratulations, Devin.
Next, sir, we have a presidential memorandum for your attention. This memorandum requires the immediate declassification of all FBI files related
here
to
it
the
is.
Crossfire Hurricane
The Crossfire
investigation.
Hurricane
This
stuff.
is obviously one of the instances of the weaponization of law enforcement powers of prosecution against you and others. We believe that it's long past time for the American people to have a full and complete understanding of what exactly is in those files.
Which gives the media the right to go in and check it. You probably won't bother because you're not going to like what you see. But this was total weaponization. It's a disgrace. Should never happen in this country. But now you'll be able to see for yourselves, all declassified. Is that correct? Would you
Yes, sir.
say? All declassified?
Yes, sir.
Everything?
The FBI file with there's a classified annex, but other than that, this will put everything in the public eye.
You know what? Maybe I should write a message to Ted Lieu and ask for
Is
war.
anybody going to look?
If they want it so
What about you?
much.
You gonna look?
Can you put out a voting to go to war
Frankly,
with
the
everyone
FBI should
since
be
you guys
ashamed
want
of
to push that
themselves,
so much?
And so should the Department of Justice. And
Fucking
so
commie
should Biden.
faggot.
Okay.
Next, sir, we have an executive order for your attention. We've taken action against a number of law firms that have participated either in the weaponization of government,
Any
the
commie
weaponization
faggot
of
should
the
die
legal
on a
system
fucking
for
pike.
political ends, or have otherwise engaged in
And
illegal
there's a
or
lot of 'em in
inappropriate
America.
activities. The law firm of Jenner and Block is one of these law firms. This is a law firm that, as you know, employed Andrew Weissman after he came off of the Mueller investigation. It's a law firm that's engaged in invidious racially and sexually discriminatory practices. It's also a law firm that has participated in the weaponization of the legal system against American principles and values. And we believe that the measures in this executive order will help correct that.
And Andrew Weissman is the main culprit.
He's certainly
With respect to this firm.
He is one of a number of reasons that we believe this executive
Andrew,
order is
He's a bad guy.
Well, I guess attorney. lawyer firm.
Okay.
Next, sir, we have an executive order for your attention relating actually to government payments. Historically, checks issued by the Treasury are, I believe, 14 times more likely to become the subject of fraud than electronic transfer payments. This is an executive order that's going to push the Treasury Department to modernize its payment system to ensure that where possible they're using electronic methods of payment as opposed to paper checks in order to reduce waste, fraud, and abuse in the government, which is obviously an endeavor that we've been pursuing in numerous aspects of government under your leadership.
It's basically modernization of equipment and methods, and it's something that really I think he's going to be a great Secretary of the Treasury wanted, Scott, and so we're doing this, and we have other modernization programs going on. We could let somebody else, whoever's next, whoever that may be, do it, but it's something that should have been done 25, 30 years ago.
Another signed. God, that fucking sharp, that noise, I hate that noise so much. It's like fucking nails on a goddamn chalkboard.
Along similar lines, sir, this is an executive order. We're calling it Protecting America's Bank Account. The basic idea here is that instead of having lots of different departments and agencies and offices issuing payment, often without justification, often without any provided rationale, we're going to be centraling payment processes where possible in the Department of the Treasury and ensuring that measures are taken in Treasury against waste, fraud, and abuse to ensure that money that's leaving the public treasury is as protected as it possibly can be.
All right, good.
He just signed a
Many
bunch of
these
fucking
things should have taken place decades ago
executive orders.
or longer.
Lastly, sir, we have an executive order for your attention on the very important subject of election integrity. We believe that this executive order is the farthest reaching executive action taken in the history of the Republic to secure our elections. Among numerous other aspects of this executive order, this is going to cut down on illegal immigrants on the voter rolls, ensure that the Department of Homeland Security and the data that they have available is being fully weaponized to ensure that illegal immigrants aren't voting. This will include a citizenship question on the federal voting form for the first time. This executive order instructs the EAC to cut federal funding to states that don't take reasonable steps to secure their election. This calls on the Department of Justice to vigorously prosecute election crimes, particularly in states that we don't believe are in compliance with federal law around election integrity. I could go on and on for a while, sir, but compliance with National Election Day rules, cracking down and investigating and prosecuting foreign interference in our elections, revoking President Biden's Executive Order 14019, which essentially weaponized government to corrupt and pollute our election process. There's a lot in here, but we believe that these are very important
the Biden
steps
admin
that we need to
corrupting
be
and
taking as an
polluting
administration
the DOJ.
at your direction to ensure that our elections are as secure as they possibly can be.
Okay, you all understand that? Yes. Election fraud. You heard the term. Ended.
No more 2020 election
This
fraud.
will go a long way toward ending it. There are other steps that we will be taking in the coming
Fuck
weeks.
you, Google.
and
Fuck
we
your
think we'll be able
2020 election.
End up getting better elections. Perhaps some people think I should
Blow it
be
at your
complaining 'cause we won
fucking
in a
asshole,
landslide.
Google.
But
Google's
we gotta
got
straighten
like
out
a
our
big
election.
ass
This
fucking
country is
pipe
so
shoved
sick
up their
because of the
asshole,
election,
and they
fake
can't get it
elections
out.
and the bad elections, and we're going to straighten it out one way or the other. And it's an honor to sign this one. To sign all of them, but to sign this one is a great honor. Thank you very much.
Sorry.
This is illegal. Your mother and your life is illegal. Get the fuck out. We don't like trash in the United States. Get the fuck out. Oh, you're garbage? Sounds like you need a fast track out to fucking El Salvador. Apparently, Johnny Somali got into some shit again, so we'll watch that. Let's take a look at all the news stuff.
Video on X depicting TDA and MS-13 gang members hauled off into a plane, thrown into a bus as they're now being held in an infamous terrorism confinement center.
So the world's toughest gang members have been moved to the world's toughest prison after illegally entering America. And while so-called immigration advocates are terrified the Trump administration plans to send as many of these guys here as possible, it's these gang members who've done truly terrible things since secretly entering our country. And you know, winding up in El Salvador's mega prison, that might be the only thing these thugs are truly afraid of.
Inside this mega prison, you'll find some of El Salvador's most dangerous gang members
El
packed into massive
Salvador's
cells, towers of bunk beds, and what looks like bird cages.
A senior Trump administration official telling News Nation in total 261 illegal aliens were deported to El Salvador.
These men described as the worst of the worst. It's tense and uncomfortable. But here, officials say comfort isn't meant to exist.
The men are
See, you
loaded
see them
one
with
by
that,
one onto
with that
special units and
nightstick? Yeah, they
military
shove it up
buses.
your ass.
Their heads forced down as officers keep them under strict control.
Protect and
A federal
serve you.
judge verbally
Yep.
ordered the Trump administration to stop the deportation flights, but the administration did not comply, and El Salvador has sent the people to prison.
Everybody that
They
was
need to
on
get
that
you in
plane
line,
was
they'll
either
shove
a
it right
Tren
up
de
there.
Aragua member from Venezuela or MS-13. All of these people are the most notorious gang members that you can imagine.
So there are allegations of filth and malnourishment overrunning this prison, but the guards look pretty well fed to me, as do the prisoners. And what none of the advocates who hate this place will tell you is that the more we send dangerous gang members there, the less people like that are going to want to try to illegally enter our country and stay here. And even though the only folks America plans on sending to El Salvador's terrorism confinement center are members of dangerous organizations who've snuck across our border and committed some of the worst crimes imaginable, activists are losing their minds over this because the idea
God damn
of
it.
criminal aliens facing consequences for
I hate
illegal immigration is
allergies.
totally unacceptable to open borders progressives. Because these people are totally against anything that
Oh,
would
now
stop
my
someone
eyes are,
from
like,
trying to
super
enter our
itchy.
country illegally, even if that person is extremely dangerous and a
great.
gang member. And none of these people actually care what gang members do to the law-abiding immigrants they come here and try to blend in with, some of whom fled these dangerous criminals back in their home countries and now find them again here in America. In fact, so many of these thugs have left their homes that crime in places like Venezuela has dropped drastically, as it's now happening here instead. Which brings us to the real reason this prison is such a game changer. Nobody wants to get sent there, and living there is the exact opposite of illegally living as a criminal in an American sanctuary city. And the possibility of ICE arresting and sending someone to El Salvador totally defeats the purpose of trying to come into America and live here when you're not supposed to. Because once you step inside this prison, your life changes forever, and it's impossible to escape.
Inside the prison walls, the men have their heads shaved in assembly line fashion while guards
Yeah.
stand over them barking orders.
The moment
Yeah.
they bring you into this place and shave your head, you are no longer the same person that you used to be out on the street. Which is a
Correct.
good thing. Before these folks got here, they were gang members, trafficking and harming people on their illegal journey into our country and even after they get here. But as you're about to see, the shocking ways this prison breaks down a person's start before they even enter it.
Footage from El Salvador's
Yeah, there's a lot of
shows
people
a
who deserve
high-security
to be in
transfer
there.
with
You
shackled
got a lot
prisoners
of
stumbling
Democrats and
forward as heavily
Republicans
armed
alike.
officers push them along. The wrists, ankles, and waists are tightly bound, forcing them to shovel in short, restricted steps. On the tarmac,
got a bunch of
riot police
rhinos
stand
you need to
shoulder
get
to shoulder,
stuck with a
gripping their
fucking
batons as helicopters hover overhead.
That's crazy. This entire process, before you even enter the prison, is designed for shock and awe, and obviously security. Nobody's getting away from any of this. The guards are even dressed head to toe in body armor, and the prisoners are chained in a manner where they're hunched over and they can't even really walk. There's no way you could run away, and you need their help to get from the airplane into the bus, which is then gonna bring you into the prison.
Because
you can
it's
see how they have people
harder
walking
for you
in
to
what looks
do
like a
any
hunched over
actions,
position.
basically.
It's taking 2 guards.
They're trying to make
bring
sure
them
you
from one
don't
place to another.
fucking
Look at this. Look at these
struggle.
gloves. If you're wearing gloves like that, once you've got something like this on your hand, anything your hand touches, you could exert quite a bit of force. Look, I fell off my bike and this broke, but my wrist was fine. And if you're gonna handle a person with something like this, your ability to be gentle is somewhat blunted by all the extra protection you've got. And the place these guys are headed to is not exactly a 5-star hotel.
The men are loaded one by one onto special units and military buses, their heads forced down as officers keep them under strict control. Sirens blare as a convoy of armored vehicles, escorted by special forces, transport them straight to the notorious CSOT mega prison, the same facility where El Salvador's government has locked up tens of thousands of gang members in recent
the whole
years.
squad
Inside
for
the
you.
prison wall.
So these guys, they haven't walked properly under their own power or by themselves since the moment they got on that airplane and were flown here. They're under the total control of the security operation that is their new life in this terrorism confinement center. That's what it's called. And apparently all of this security is very effective. Those incarcerated here have absolutely no willpower or desire to try and rise up against the guards, which creates a safe environment for everybody. You don't want prisons where people are out of control. Here everything is controlled, organized, and there have been 0 escapes. And then we get to the part in the incarceration process that totally removes your past from your new future inside this place, which some people say is done to humiliate the detainees, but is actually done for security purposes.
The men have their heads shaved in assembly line fashion while guards stand over them barking orders. Cameras capture the moment they're wearing white prison uniforms before being marched, hands behind their backs, into tightly packed holding cells.
You do not want to be in one of those cells. And if you look, you can actually see that there aren't any mattresses in there. They don't have mattresses and they don't have hair on their heads. And that's because in an interview, one of the prison guards said that that's where people hide things. And since these are some of the most dangerous people in the entire world, they would probably take the opportunity to hide something sharp in a mattress, even if it's paper thin. But the way this place is set up, it's pretty easy to tell that the inmates don't have any contraband or any personal belongings on them whatsoever. However, there have been allegations that this prison is an inhumane place full of terrible atrocities. And depending on where you get your news, you might think that no prison on earth is more poorly run than this place. But is that really true? Is this prison, which has been videotaped and filmed thousands of times, really as bad and inhumane as the people who were being sent there?
The facility is like nothing I've ever seen in my life, and I've had the opportunity to visit
I
other
think,
areas.
I mean, we kind of already went over this. He goes more into he gets more sources from like other stuff. I don't think we need to watch. If you want to watch the rest, Cash Jordan on the 5-star mega prison review. Anyways, we'll move on. Well, we'll see what's going on in the UK.
Next time somebody recommends replacing police officers with social workers, show them this.
Oh yeah, this one, I saw this one. Yeah, she freaks the fuck out for some reason.
As she's a police community support officer that apparently is like a copper with fewer powers, aka a leveled up Karen.
Yeah.
But let's be clear.
Correct.
She's about as effective as a UK regular police.
Correct. She's basically like a security guard.
As I can't show this whole video, but after the cop gets decked
Oh.
with the bike, he fights and loses until this old man steps in and has to drop him for the police. It's almost like turning your police force into a parody itself doesn't
Yeah.
make criminals magically disappear.
I mean, they made
It
their
only
police
empowers
force
them
a
to
bunch
do
of
whatever they
fucking
want, while
babies.
making the average everyday citizen more exposed.
There was that one fucking video like 4 years ago that I showed
had
off,
to go one stop on the tubes, one stop 5 minutes on the tube.
where they
get
still
off,
have the
right?
same issues
Two
4
guys
years
sit
ago.
next to me. One of them goes like this, stretches his
Still
arm,
happening presently.
touches my shoulder, and his friend's laughing, and he's laughing. 5 minutes, guys! Some guy, he gets off the tube as well, followed me all the way to the nail salon. Another guy came from the front. He purposely walked in my way so he could bump into me during the day, broad daylight. How is it possible that I was shitting myself, scared to go outside from the nail salon? This is not fair. What the is going on? Figure it out. Oh my god.
As this is spreading to other parts of Europe as well.
Et pourquoi tu parles? Dégage. Crasseux, là. Crasseux. Et banni. Génération. Ta descendance. Putain. Update, je viens de le recroiser, il m'a craché dessus. Enfin, vu qu'il s'est mal visé, il a pas réussi, mais il m'a littéralement craché dessus en pleine rue devant tout le monde.
I mean,
Il n'y en a pas un qui se retourne et qui
maybe
dit
it's
quoi que ce
best
soit.
not to
Et ce qui
do
m'énerve,
that.
c'est qu'il y a vraiment personne qui dit rien.
I
Genre,
mean,
les
yeah,
grands
the
qui marchent à
people.
côté, il y en a pas un qui se
I
retourne
understand
et
you
qui crache
you don't
dessus.
like being
Il y en a
fucking
pas un qui se retourne
catcalled
et qui
and shit.
l'attrape.
It's like if you're gonna rage out like that, they're gonna fucking be more aggressive. Oh shit! Got a fucking weirdo.
And unironically, the only thing that can save them is what they call toxic masculinity, or what normal people call masculinity. Because I think everybody can agree, evil does exist, but for some reason around 2020, the left convinced themselves that it's about time we start standing up for criminals.
Yeah, that's weird.
So the same class of defenseless people felt righteous in defunding and demoralizing law enforcement will be the primary victims of a defunded and demoralized law enforcement, as I worry about violent crime, but not as much as these activist types should, who are primarily female, or when they are men, don't strike me as the types that really exercise their two-way rights, or really exercise in general. And just because we see police being replaced with unarmed social workers in the UK doesn't mean
Correct.
we aren't seeing similar situations in the US. As we've covered the street
Yeah,
takeovers
instead
all
of
across California, and their police have been basically
instead of actually putting people behind bars and enforcing laws, instead they get a bunch of social workers to cry wolf for them and to make more issues, basically.
instructed to let them do as they please, as the coppers could shut down this activity quite quickly, but the optics of mass arrests and long incarcerations over what they see as property crimes doesn't quite fit their political views, so they just
Correct.
quietly sacrifice whoever the mob chooses to victimize. So hopefully the voters will finally realize
Right, it's all a
soft on-crime
political game
policies
to these
only
fucking
benefit the
people.
criminals, and
That's all
anybody
they care
pushing
about.
for them is probably a criminal themselves. So if you
I mean,
appreciate
just look
my
at
insights,
Biden with
write
this
order
huge
commentary on the
fucking
tragic
political
status
game
that
he
is
was
today's
trying to play.
reality. Hopefully I've earned your subscription.
Just look
Then
at
go check
Germany
out the
now.
video on what
They
happens
can't-
when the
there's
Tesla
no more free
protesters
speech.
start to face
Same with the
20 years
UK,
in
no more
prison.
free speech. Probably Canada land too, no more free speech. See ya. You guys are fucking cooked. You guys are slowly burning yourselves for the dumbest shit possible.